Have you ever wondered how American farmers manage to raise millions of poultry in the pasture while ensuring their welfare and the quality of the products? Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're delving into the fascinating world of poultry farming, where American farmers are pioneering innovative methods to meet the growing demand for high-quality poultry products. Picture this: you're driving down a country road, passing by vast stretches of green pasture dotted with contented chickens pecking at the ground. It's a scene straight out of a storybook, but for these farmers, it's their livelihood. Stay tuned till the end of this video as we uncover the secrets behind their success, exploring the methods, technologies, and dedication that enable them to raise millions of poultry in the pasture while ensuring sustainability and animal welfare. Driving through the heartland of America, you'll find a landscape adorned with picturesque pastures and bustling barns. But beyond the idyllic scenery lies a thriving industry that sustains communities and fills dinner tables across the nation. In this video, we'll journey into the world of American poultry farming, where farmers have perfected the art of raising millions of poultry in the pasture. But before we dive into the details, let me share a story that sheds light on the dedication and passion driving these farmers to new heights. Imagine a small family farm nestled amidst rolling hills, where generations have tended to the land with care and reverence. It's here that our story begins, with a vision to revolutionize poultry farming and reconnect consumers with the origins of their food. As we unravel the intricacies of pasture-based poultry farming, you'll discover the untold stories of resilience, innovation, and stewardship that define this industry. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be inspired by the remarkable journey of American farmers shaping the future of agriculture. Evolution of pasture-based poultry farming. To understand how American farmers raise millions of poultry in the pasture, we must first explore the evolution of this farming practice. Traditionally, poultry farming was synonymous with large-scale confinement operations, where birds were raised in cramped conditions with limited access to the outdoors. The evolution of pasture-based poultry farming is a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and adaptability of farmers throughout history. From humble beginnings as small-scale backyard operations to modern-day enterprises that embrace cutting-edge technologies and sustainable practices, the journey of pasture-based poultry farming is marked by innovation, challenges, and triumphs. Historically, poultry farming was characterized by confinement operations that prioritized efficiency and scale over animal welfare and environmental sustainability. Birds were raised in crowded indoor facilities, fed a diet of grain-based feed, and subjected to routine antibiotic use to promote growth and prevent disease. However, as concerns grew about the environmental and ethical implications of industrialized poultry production, a grassroots movement emerged to champion alternative farming practices rooted in principles of animal husbandry, environmental stewardship, and community resilience. This movement, often referred to as the pasture-raised poultry revolution, sought to reconnect consumers with the source of their food, promote humane treatment of animals, and regenerate degraded landscapes. The emergence of pioneers such as Joel Salatin of Polyface Farm and Frank Reese of Good Shepherd Poultry Ranch helped popularize the concept of pasture-based poultry farming and demonstrate its viability as a sustainable alternative to conventional production methods. These visionary farmers implemented innovative rotational grazing systems, diversified their operations to include multiple species, and prioritized soil health and biodiversity on their farms. As consumer demand for ethically sourced, pasture-raised poultry products grew, so too did the number of farmers adopting these practices. Small-scale producers, homesteaders, and diversified farms across the country began incorporating poultry into their rotational grazing systems, leveraging the natural foraging instincts of chickens, turkeys, and ducks to improve soil fertility, control pests, and enhance pasture productivity. Advancements in technology, such as mobile coops, electric fencing, and solar-powered watering systems, have further accelerated the evolution of pasture-based poultry farming, enabling farmers to manage their flocks more efficiently, optimize pasture utilization, and monitor animal health and behavior in real time. Moreover, the rise of direct-to-consumer sales channels, such as farmers' markets, community-supported agriculture, CSA, programs, and online platforms, has empowered farmers to bypass traditional distribution channels and forge direct relationships with consumers. By sharing their stories, values, and farming practices with customers, farmers can cultivate a loyal following and command premium prices for their products. Looking ahead, the evolution of pasture-based poultry farming is poised to continue as farmers embrace regenerative agriculture practices, harness the power of data and analytics, and collaborate with researchers, policymakers, and industry stakeholders to address pressing challenges such as climate change, food security, and rural development. In this ever-changing landscape, one thing remains constant: the commitment of farmers to steward the land with care, respect the animals in their care, and nourish their communities with wholesome, sustainably produced food. As we look to the future, let us celebrate the past, embrace the present, and embark on a journey of continuous improvement and innovation in the pursuit of a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable food system for all. However, in recent years, there has been a paradigm shift towards pasture-based systems, driven by consumer demand for ethically sourced and environmentally sustainable poultry products. These systems prioritize the welfare of the birds, allowing them to roam freely on open pastures, forage for natural foods, and exhibit their natural behaviors. This shift towards pasture-based poultry farming has been fueled by advancements in farming practices, technological innovations, and a growing awareness of the benefits of regenerative agriculture. Today, American farmers are leading the charge in adopting these methods, paving the way for a more sustainable and humane approach to poultry production. Sustainable practices in poultry farming. Central to the success of pasture-based poultry farming are sustainable practices that minimize environmental impact while maximizing efficiency and productivity. Farmers employ rotational grazing techniques to optimize pasture health and fertility, ensuring a continuous supply of fresh forage for their birds. Sustainable poultry farming encompasses a range of practices aimed at minimizing environmental impact, promoting animal welfare, and supporting the long-term viability of farming operations. From pasture-based systems to integrated pest management, farmers employ various strategies to enhance sustainability and resilience in their poultry operations. Pasture-based grazing. Pasture-based poultry farming involves allowing birds to forage on open pasture, where they can access fresh grass, insects, and other natural foods. This practice not only improves animal welfare by providing birds with opportunities for natural behaviors but also enhances soil health, biodiversity, and carbon sequestration on farms. Rotational grazing. Rotational grazing involves moving poultry flocks to fresh pasture paddocks on a regular basis, allowing vegetation to recover and minimizing soil erosion and nutrient runoff. By rotating grazing areas, farmers can optimize pasture utilization, prevent overgrazing, and promote regenerative land management practices. Integrated crop livestock systems. Integrated crop livestock systems involve integrating poultry with other agricultural enterprises, such as crop production or livestock grazing. For example, poultry can be used to control pests in orchards or vineyards, provide fertilizer for crops, or graze alongside cattle or sheep in a complementary manner. Agroforestry. Agroforestry practices, such as silvopasture, involve integrating trees and shrubs into pasture-based poultry systems. Trees provide shade, shelter, and fodder for poultry, while also enhancing biodiversity, sequestering carbon, and improving soil fertility. Agroforestry systems can contribute to climate change mitigation and adaptation while promoting sustainable land use. Manure management. Effective manure management is essential for minimizing nutrient runoff, odors, and water pollution from poultry operations. Sustainable practices such as composting, nutrient cycling, and land application of manure can help recycle nutrients, improve soil health, and reduce the environmental impact of poultry farming. Alternative feed sources. Utilizing alternative feed sources, such as locally grown grains, kitchen scraps, or insect meal, can reduce reliance on imported feed ingredients and promote resource efficiency in poultry production. By sourcing feed inputs from within the local food shed, farmers can support regional economies, reduce transportation emissions, and enhance food security. Water conservation, implementing water-saving technologies, such as drip irrigation, rainwater harvesting, and efficient watering systems, can help conserve water resources on poultry farms. By minimizing water use and optimizing water management practices, farmers can reduce their environmental footprint and ensure the long-term sustainability of their operations. Energy efficiency, improving energy efficiency through the use of renewable energy sources, energy-efficient equipment, and smart technologies can reduce greenhouse gas emissions and operating costs on poultry farms. From solar-powered lighting to heat recovery systems, sustainable energy solutions can help farmers minimize their environmental impact while enhancing profitability and resilience. Community engagement, engaging with local communities, consumers, and stakeholders is essential for building trust, fostering transparency, and promoting the social license to operate for poultry farms. By sharing their farming practices, values, and contributions to sustainable agriculture, farmers can cultivate relationships with customers and stakeholders and demonstrate their commitment to environmental stewardship and community well-being. By adopting these sustainable practices and embracing a holistic approach to poultry farming, farmers can contribute to a more resilient, regenerative, and equitable food system that benefits people, animals, and the planet for generations to come. By integrating poultry into diversified farming systems, farmers can harness the natural synergies between crops, livestock, and soil health. For example, poultry manure serves as a valuable fertilizer for pasture regeneration, reducing the need for synthetic inputs and enhancing soil fertility. Benefits of pasture-raised poultry for farmers. One of the primary benefits of pasture-raised poultry for farmers is diversification and resilience against market fluctuations. Unlike conventional poultry farming, which relies heavily on inputs such as feed and antibiotics, pasture-based systems leverage natural resources to support the health and vitality of the birds. Diversified revenue streams. Pasture-raised poultry farming allows farmers to diversify their revenue streams by tapping into niche markets for high-quality, ethically produced poultry products. By selling directly to consumers through farmers' markets, CSA programs, or online platforms, farmers can command premium prices for their products and capture a larger share of the retail value chain. Reduced input costs. Pasture-raised poultry systems typically require fewer inputs, such as feed, medications, and supplements, compared to conventional confinement operations. By leveraging natural foraging behaviors and rotational grazing practices, farmers can minimize reliance on purchased feed and reduce production costs, enhancing profitability and economic sustainability. Improved soil health. Integrating poultry into pasture-based systems can improve soil health and fertility through the natural deposition of manure, enhanced nutrient cycling, and increased organic matter accumulation. Poultry manure serves as a valuable source of nutrients for pasture vegetation, promoting grass growth and enhancing soil structure and fertility over time. Regenerative land management. Pasture-raised poultry farming offers opportunities for regenerative land management practices that benefit both farmers and the environment. By rotating poultry flocks across pasture paddocks, farmers can promote soil health, biodiversity, and carbon sequestration while improving pasture productivity and resilience to climate change. Enhanced animal welfare. Pasture-raised poultry systems prioritize animal welfare by providing birds with access to fresh air, natural sunlight, and open pasture where they can engage in natural behaviors such as foraging, dust bathing, and social interaction. By allowing birds to express their innate behaviors, farmers can improve overall bird health and well-being, reducing the need for routine medications and veterinary interventions. Increased resilience to market fluctuations. By cultivating direct relationships with consumers and selling through local or regional markets, pasture-raised poultry farmers can mitigate the impact of volatile commodity prices and market fluctuations. Consumer demand for ethically produced, locally sourced food continues to grow, providing opportunities for farmers to establish stable, long-term relationships with customers and secure a reliable income stream. Environmental stewardship. Pasture-raised poultry farming promotes environmental stewardship by reducing the environmental impact of poultry production, minimizing greenhouse gas emissions, and preserving natural resources such as water and soil. By adopting sustainable land management practices and minimizing chemical inputs, farmers can minimize their ecological footprint and contribute to the conservation of biodiversity and ecosystem health. Community engagement. Pasture-raised poultry farming fosters community engagement and strengthens connections between farmers and consumers. By inviting consumers to visit the farm, participate in farm tours, or join community-supported agriculture (CSA) programs, farmers can educate the public about sustainable agriculture practices, build trust, and foster a sense of community around food and farming. Personal fulfillment. For many farmers, pasture-raised poultry farming is not just a livelihood but a way of life that brings personal fulfillment, satisfaction, and a sense of purpose. By stewarding the land with care, nurturing animals, and providing nourishing food for their communities, farmers derive deep satisfaction from their work and contribute to the well-being of both people and the planet. Pasture-raised poultry farming offers numerous benefits for farmers, including diversified revenue streams, reduced input costs, improved soil health, regenerative land management practices, enhanced animal welfare, resilience to market fluctuations, environmental stewardship, community engagement, and personal fulfillment. By embracing these benefits and adopting sustainable farming practices, farmers can build a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable food system for future generations. Moreover, pasture-raised poultry allows farmers to differentiate their products in the marketplace, catering to consumers' growing demand for high-quality, ethically sourced meats. This niche market presents lucrative opportunities for farmers to capture premium prices and build loyal customer relationships. Welfare considerations for pasture-raised poultry. Central to the philosophy of pasture-based poultry farming is a commitment to animal welfare and holistic management practices. Farmers prioritize the health and happiness of their birds, providing them with ample space to roam, access to fresh air and sunlight, and a diet rich in natural forage. Access to open pasture. Providing access to open pasture is a fundamental welfare consideration for pasture-raised poultry. Birds should have ample space to roam, forage, and express natural behaviors such as dust bathing, pecking, and socializing. Access to pasture allows poultry to engage in natural behaviors, promotes physical activity, and reduces stress and aggression within flocks. Shelter and protection. While pasture-based systems emphasize outdoor access, it's essential to provide shelters or structures where poultry can seek protection from inclement weather, predators, and extreme temperatures. Shelter should be adequately ventilated, insulated, and designed to accommodate the size and needs of the flock while ensuring adequate airflow and ventilation to maintain air quality and prevent heat stress. Nutrition and foraging opportunities. Pasture-raised poultry should have access to a balanced diet that meets their nutritional requirements while also providing opportunities for natural foraging behavior. Supplementing commercial feed with access to fresh grass, insects, seeds, and vegetation allows poultry to exhibit natural foraging instincts, improves gut health, and enhances overall well-being. Healthcare and disease prevention. Preventive healthcare measures, such as vaccination programs, parasite control, and routine health monitoring, are essential for maintaining the health and welfare of pasture-raised poultry. Farmers should implement biosecurity protocols to prevent the introduction and spread of diseases, monitor flock health regularly, and provide prompt veterinary care when needed to minimize the risk of illness and ensure optimal welfare outcomes. Stocking density and flock management. Maintaining appropriate stocking densities is critical for ensuring the welfare of pasture-raised poultry. Overcrowding can lead to increased stress, aggression, and competition for resources, resulting in poor welfare outcomes and compromised health. Farmers should carefully manage flock sizes, monitor behavioral indicators of stress or overcrowding, and adjust stocking densities as needed to optimize welfare and performance. Environmental enrichment. Enriching the environment with natural stimuli, such as perches, roosts, nesting boxes, and environmental features like logs, shrubs, or trees, can enhance the welfare of pasture-raised poultry. These enrichments provide opportunities for birds to exhibit natural behaviors, promote physical exercise, mental stimulation, and social interaction, and reduce the incidence of harmful behaviors such as feather pecking or aggression. Humane handling and transport. ensuring humane handling and transport practices are essential for minimizing stress and discomfort during handling, loading, and transportation of pasture-raised poultry. Farmers should use gentle handling techniques, provide adequate space and ventilation during transport, and minimize handling stressors to ensure the welfare of birds throughout the production process. Monitoring and continuous improvement. Regular monitoring and evaluation of welfare indicators, such as behavior, health, and performance metrics, are essential for identifying potential welfare issues and implementing corrective actions proactively. Farmers should strive for continuous improvement in welfare standards, implement best management practices, and stay informed about advancements in animal welfare science and industry standards to ensure the highest level of welfare for pasture-raised poultry. By prioritizing these welfare considerations and adopting best management practices, farmers can promote the health, well-being, and quality of life of pasture-raised poultry while meeting consumer expectations for ethical and sustainable food production. By fostering a symbiotic relationship between birds and their environment, farmers can enhance the well-being of their flocks while minimizing stress and disease. This proactive approach to animal care not only aligns with consumer preferences but also ensures the long-term sustainability of the farm. Economic viability of pasture-based poultry farming. While transitioning to pasture-based poultry farming requires initial investments in infrastructure and land management, the long-term economic benefits far outweigh the costs. Pasture-raised poultry offers farmers a diversified income stream, reducing reliance on volatile commodity markets and mitigating financial risk. Diversified revenue streams. Pasture-based poultry farming offers opportunities for diversified revenue streams through direct sales to consumers, including fresh poultry products, eggs, and value-added products such as cured meats, sausages, or prepared meals. By capturing a larger share of the retail value chain and selling directly through farmers markets, CSA programs, or online platforms, farmers can command premium prices for their products and maximize profitability. Reduced input costs. Compared to conventional confinement operations, pasture-based poultry farming typically incurs lower input costs, including feed, medications, and supplements. By leveraging natural foraging behaviors and rotational grazing practices, farmers can minimize reliance on purchased feed and reduce production costs, enhancing profitability and economic sustainability. Enhanced market access. Pasture-raised poultry products are increasingly in demand among consumers seeking high-quality, ethically produced food products. By tapping into niche markets for pasture-raised poultry, farmers can access premium price points and differentiate their products from conventional alternatives. Direct marketing channels such as farmers markets, CSA programs, and online sales platforms offer opportunities for farmers to connect directly with consumers and build loyal customer relationships. Brand differentiation. Pasture-based poultry farming allows farmers to differentiate their brand and product offerings based on principles of sustainability, animal welfare, and environmental stewardship. By communicating their farming practices, values, and commitment to ethical and sustainable production, farmers can attract conscientious consumers willing to pay a premium for pasture-raised poultry products that align with their values and preferences. Regenerative land management. Pasture-based poultry farming promotes regenerative land management practices that benefit both farmers and the environment. By rotating poultry flocks across pasture paddocks, farmers can improve soil health, biodiversity, and carbon sequestration while enhancing pasture productivity and resilience to climate change. These regenerative practices not only reduce production costs but also contribute to long-term soil fertility and farm profitability. Cost-effective marketing strategies. Pasture-based poultry farming lends itself to cost-effective marketing strategies that leverage word-of-mouth referrals, community engagement, and social media platforms to reach target consumers. By sharing their farming journey, product offerings, and values through storytelling, visual content, and educational outreach, farmers can build brand awareness, foster customer loyalty, and generate demand for their pasture-raised poultry products without substantial marketing expenditures. Value-added product opportunities. Pasture-based poultry farming offers opportunities for value-added product development, including processed meats, charcuterie, specialty cuts, and ready-to-eat meals. By adding value through processing, packaging, and branding, farmers can command higher price points for their products and capitalize on consumer preferences for convenient, high-quality food options. Long-term sustainability. Pasture-based poultry farming promotes long-term economic sustainability by reducing input costs, minimizing environmental impact, and enhancing farm resilience to market fluctuations. By adopting sustainable farming practices, optimizing resource use, and diversifying revenue streams, farmers can build a resilient and profitable business model that supports their livelihoods and contributes to a more sustainable food system. Pasture-based poultry farming offers numerous economic advantages for farmers, including diversified revenue streams, reduced input costs, enhanced market access, brand differentiation, regenerative land management, cost-effective marketing strategies, value-added product opportunities, and long-term sustainability. By embracing these economic benefits and adopting best management practices, farmers can build a resilient and profitable business model that supports their economic viability and contributes to a more sustainable food system. Furthermore, by selling directly to consumers through farmers' markets, CSAs, and online platforms, farmers can capture a larger share of the retail price, bypassing intermediaries and maximizing profitability. This direct-to-consumer model fosters transparency, trust, and loyalty, strengthening the farm-to-table connection. Challenges faced by American poultry farmers. Despite the numerous advantages of pasture-based poultry farming, farmers face several challenges in transitioning away from conventional methods. Limited access to capital, lack of technical expertise, and regulatory barriers pose significant obstacles to adoption, particularly for small-scale and minority-owned operations. Market consolidation. The poultry industry in the United States is dominated by a few large corporations, leading to market consolidation and limited market access for independent poultry farmers. Consolidation can result in reduced competition, lower prices paid to farmers, and limited bargaining power, making it challenging for small-scale farmers to compete and thrive in the industry. Contract farming arrangements. Many American poultry farmers operate under contract farming arrangements with integrated poultry companies, which dictate production practices, input supply, pricing, and marketing arrangements. Contract terms may be unfavorable to farmers, with limited flexibility, financial risk, and dependency on corporate decisions, leading to concerns about farmer autonomy and economic viability. Input costs and price volatility. Poultry farming entails significant input costs, including feed, medication, labor, and infrastructure, which can fluctuate due to market conditions, weather events, and global commodity prices. Price volatility can pose challenges for farmers in managing production costs, budgeting, and maintaining profitability, especially during periods of economic uncertainty or supply chain disruptions. Regulatory compliance and compliance costs. Poultry farming is subject to various regulations, including environmental regulations, food safety standards, animal welfare guidelines, and zoning ordinances. Compliance with regulatory requirements can entail significant administrative burdens, paperwork, inspections, and compliance costs for farmers, particularly small-scale producers with limited resources and expertise. Disease outbreaks and biosecurity risks. Poultry farms are susceptible to disease outbreaks, including avian influenza, Newcastle disease, and other infectious diseases that can devastate flocks, disrupt production, and pose biosecurity risks to neighboring farms. Preventing and managing disease outbreaks requires stringent biosecurity measures, vaccination programs, and rapid response protocols, which can be challenging for farmers to implement effectively. Environmental concerns. Intensive poultry farming practices, including concentrated animal feeding operations, CAFOs, can raise environmental concerns related to water pollution, air emissions, soil degradation, and habitat destruction. Addressing environmental impacts and complying with environmental regulations may require investments in waste management systems, nutrient management plans, and sustainable farming practices, which can increase production costs for farmers. Access to resources and support services. Access to resources, support services, and technical assistance is essential for the success of poultry farmers, particularly new and beginning farmers, minority farmers, and those operating in underserved rural areas. Limited access to capital, land, equipment, training, and extension services can hinder the development and expansion of poultry farming enterprises, perpetuating inequalities in the agricultural sector. Market demand and consumer preferences. Shifting consumer preferences, market trends, and dietary habits can influence demand for poultry products and impact farmer profitability. Meeting consumer demand for organic, free-range, pasture-raised, and specialty poultry products may require farmers to adopt alternative production systems, invest in certification programs, and differentiate their products to remain competitive in the marketplace. Climate change and weather risks. Climate change poses risks to poultry farming through extreme weather events, heat stress, droughts, floods, and other climatic challenges that can impact feed availability, water resources, and bird health. Adapting to climate change, implementing resilient strategies, and investing in climate-smart agriculture practices are essential for mitigating risks and ensuring the long-term sustainability of poultry farming operations. Mental health and farm stress. The demands of poultry farming, including financial pressures, market uncertainties, and regulatory burdens, can contribute to stress, anxiety, and mental health challenges among farmers. Addressing farm stress, promoting mental health awareness, and providing access to support services and resources are critical for supporting the well-being and resilience of poultry farmers and their families. Navigating these challenges requires collaboration, innovation, and support from policymakers, industry stakeholders, and community partners to create a more equitable, sustainable, and resilient poultry farming sector in the United States. Moreover, competition from industrial-scale poultry producers and consolidation within the agricultural industry can undermine the viability of pasture-based systems. As such, farmers must navigate a complex landscape of economic, social, and environmental factors to succeed in this burgeoning market. Technological innovations in poultry farming. To overcome these challenges and enhance the efficiency of pasture-based poultry farming, farmers are increasingly turning to technological innovations and precision agriculture solutions. Advanced monitoring systems, automated feeding and watering systems, and remote sensing technologies enable farmers to monitor flock health, optimize pasture utilization, and improve overall farm management. These innovations empower farmers to make data-driven decisions, minimize resource inputs, and maximize productivity while reducing environmental impact. From mobile apps that track poultry movements to drones that assess pasture health, technology plays a pivotal role in the modernization of poultry farming practices. Automated monitoring systems. Advanced sensor technologies and automated monitoring systems allow poultry farmers to remotely track and manage various aspects of their operations, including temperature, humidity, ventilation, water consumption, feed levels, and animal health parameters. These systems provide real-time data insights, early detection of potential issues, and improved efficiency in farm management. Precision feeding systems. Precision feeding systems use computerized algorithms and sensors to deliver precise amounts of feed to individual poultry based on their age, weight, nutritional requirements, and growth stage. By optimizing feed efficiency, minimizing waste, and reducing feed costs, precision feeding systems improve profitability and environmental sustainability in poultry farming operations. Smart lighting solutions. Smart lighting solutions utilize LED technology, adjustable light wavelengths, and programmable lighting schedules to mimic natural daylight cycles and optimize poultry growth, behavior, and reproductive performance. By controlling lighting conditions in poultry houses, farmers can enhance bird welfare, reduce energy consumption, and improve production efficiency. Remote monitoring and control. Remote monitoring and control systems enable farmers to remotely access and manage critical farm infrastructure, equipment, and environmental conditions from mobile devices or computers. By remotely controlling ventilation systems, lighting, feeders, and waterers, farmers can optimize conditions for poultry health, comfort, and productivity while reducing labor and energy costs. Automated egg collection systems. Automated egg collection systems use robotics, conveyors, and sorting mechanisms to automate the collection, cleaning, grading, and packaging of eggs in poultry houses. These systems minimize labor requirements, reduce egg handling damage, improve egg quality, and enhance biosecurity measures on the farm. Data analytics and decision support tools. Data analytics and decision support tools integrate data from various sources, including sensors, farm management software, and environmental monitoring systems, to provide actionable insights and predictive analytics for poultry farmers. By analyzing trends, identifying patterns, and optimizing production parameters, farmers can make informed decisions to improve efficiency, productivity, and profitability. Genomic selection and breeding. Genomic selection and breeding technologies leverage genetic sequencing, marker-assisted selection, and genomic prediction models to enhance the genetic potential of poultry breeds for desirable traits such as growth rate, feed efficiency, disease resistance, and meat quality. By accelerating genetic progress and breeding for specific traits, farmers can produce healthier, more resilient poultry with improved performance and market value. Vertical integration and value chain integration. Vertical integration and value chain integration strategies involve the consolidation of production, processing, distribution, and marketing functions within a single company or coordinated network of stakeholders. By vertically integrating operations, poultry companies can optimize supply chain efficiency, quality control, and market responsiveness, resulting in cost savings, competitive advantages, and enhanced traceability throughout the value chain. Environmental control technologies. Environmental control technologies, such as evaporative cooling systems, heat recovery systems, and climate-controlled housing, help poultry farmers maintain optimal environmental conditions for bird welfare, productivity, and comfort. By regulating temperature, humidity, air quality, and ventilation in poultry houses, these technologies mitigate heat stress, respiratory diseases, and environmental stressors, improving overall flock performance and profitability. Blockchain and traceability solutions. Blockchain and traceability solutions provide transparent, immutable records of poultry production and supply chain activities, enabling consumers to trace the origin, quality, and safety of poultry products from farm to fork. By enhancing transparency, accountability, and trust in food systems, blockchain technology empowers consumers to make informed purchasing decisions and strengthens market integrity in the poultry industry. By embracing these technological innovations, poultry farmers can enhance efficiency, sustainability, and competitiveness in their operations while meeting the evolving demands of consumers, regulatory requirements, and market trends in the poultry industry. By embracing these advancements, American farmers are not only increasing efficiency and profitability but also contributing to the sustainability of the agricultural sector. However, access to technology and digital literacy remain barriers for some farmers, highlighting the need for equitable distribution and education initiatives. Marketing and distribution of pasture-raised poultry products. A crucial aspect of successful pasture-based poultry farming is effective marketing and distribution strategies that connect farmers with consumers. Farmers leverage storytelling, branding, and social media to communicate their values, differentiate their products, and cultivate a loyal customer base. Direct-to-consumer sales channels such as farmers markets, community-supported agriculture, CSA, programs, and online platforms provide farmers with greater control over pricing, quality, and customer relationships. By engaging directly with consumers, farmers can share their unique story, educate the public about their farming practices, and build trust in their brand. Direct-to-consumer sales. Many pasture-raised poultry farmers utilize direct-to-consumer sales channels, such as farm stands, farmers markets, and on-farm stores, to sell their products directly to consumers. Direct sales allow farmers to establish personal connections with customers, educate them about their farming practices, and command premium prices for their high-quality, pasture-raised poultry products. Community-supported agriculture, CSA, programs. CSA programs enable consumers to purchase shares or subscriptions directly from a farm, receiving regular deliveries of pasture-raised poultry products throughout the season. CSA members pay upfront for a share of the farm's harvest, providing farmers with financial support and guaranteed sales while offering consumers access to fresh, locally sourced poultry products. Online retail platforms. Many pasture-raised poultry farmers leverage online retail platforms, e-commerce websites, and digital marketplaces to reach a wider audience of consumers beyond their local area. By selling their products online, farmers can expand their customer base, increase sales volume, and access new markets while offering convenient ordering and delivery options to consumers. Farm-to-table restaurants and chefs. Farm-to-table restaurants, chefs, and culinary professionals often source pasture-raised poultry products directly from local farmers to incorporate into their menus and dishes. Partnering with restaurants and chefs allows farmers to showcase their products to discerning consumers, build brand recognition, and access higher-end market segments interested in sustainable, ethically sourced ingredients. Natural food stores and co-ops. Many natural food stores, co-ops, and specialty grocery stores prioritize sourcing pasture-raised poultry products from local farmers to meet the demand for organic, natural, and sustainably produced foods. Selling products through natural food retailers provides farmers with exposure to health-conscious consumers seeking high-quality, humanely raised poultry options. Farmers' cooperative networks. Farmers' cooperatives and collaborative networks enable pasture-raised poultry farmers to pool resources, aggregate products, and collectively market their products to wholesale buyers, distributors, and institutional customers. Joining cooperative networks allows farmers to leverage economies of scale, negotiate better pricing, and access larger markets while maintaining autonomy and control over their farming operations. Value-added processing and products. Some pasture-raised poultry farmers add value to their products through processing, packaging, and creating value-added products such as gourmet sausages, smoked meats, charcuterie, and ready-to-eat meals. Offering value-added products allows farmers to differentiate their offerings, capture higher margins, and appeal to consumers seeking convenient, artisanal poultry options. Farm tours and agritourism activities. Hosting farm tours, workshops, and agritourism activities provides pasture-raised poultry farmers with opportunities to engage with the public, educate consumers about their farming practices, and promote their products directly. Agritourism activities create memorable experiences for visitors, foster community connections, and generate additional revenue streams for farmers through ticket sales, merchandise, and on-farm events. Certification and labeling programs. Participating in certification and labeling programs, such as Certified Humane, Animal Welfare Approved, and Organic, allows pasture-raised poultry farmers to distinguish their products in the marketplace, communicate their commitment to animal welfare and sustainable farming practices, and build trust with consumers seeking transparent and ethically produced poultry products. Collaborative marketing initiatives. Collaborative marketing initiatives, such as cross-promotions, joint advertising campaigns, and collective branding efforts, enable pasture-raised poultry farmers to amplify their marketing reach, share marketing costs, and strengthen their market presence collectively. Collaborating with other farmers, food producers, and industry stakeholders fosters synergies, fosters innovation, and enhances the competitiveness of pasture-raised poultry products in the marketplace. By implementing strategic marketing and distribution strategies, pasture-raised poultry farmers can effectively reach target consumers, differentiate their products, and create value-added opportunities to sustainably grow their businesses in a competitive marketplace. Moreover, partnerships with local restaurants, grocery stores, and food cooperatives expand market reach and create opportunities for collaboration within the community. By fostering connections between producers and consumers, these partnerships promote food sovereignty, resilience, and economic vitality. Consumer demand for ethically sourced poultry. As consumers become increasingly conscious of the environmental, ethical, and health implications of their food choices, demand for pasture-raised poultry continues to rise. Consumers seek out products that align with their values, prioritizing animal welfare, environmental sustainability, and nutritional quality. Increased awareness. Growing consumer awareness about animal welfare, environmental sustainability, and ethical farming practices has led to heightened demand for ethically sourced poultry products. Consumers are increasingly concerned about the living conditions, treatment, and welfare of farm animals, driving them to seek out poultry products from farms that prioritize ethical and humane practices. Transparency and traceability. Consumers are demanding greater transparency and traceability in the food supply chain, including the sourcing and production practices of poultry products. They want to know where their food comes from, how it was raised, and whether it aligns with their values and ethical standards. Poultry producers that can provide clear information about their farming practices and supply chain transparency are better positioned to meet consumer demand for ethically sourced poultry. Health and nutrition. Health-conscious consumers are seeking out poultry products that are raised in a natural, sustainable manner without the use of antibiotics, hormones, or artificial additives. They perceive ethically sourced poultry as being healthier, more nutritious, and free from potentially harmful chemicals or contaminants. As a result, there is a growing market for pasture-raised, free-range, and organic poultry products that prioritize animal welfare and environmental stewardship. Animal welfare concerns. Increasing public concern about the welfare of farm animals, particularly poultry raised in intensive confinement systems, has driven demand for ethically sourced poultry products. Consumers are increasingly choosing products labeled as cage-free, free-range, or pasture-raised to support more humane treatment of chickens and other poultry species. They are willing to pay a premium for products that reflect their values and support higher welfare standards for farm animals. Environmental sustainability. Consumers are becoming more environmentally conscious and are seeking out poultry products from farms that prioritize sustainable farming practices, such as rotational grazing, regenerative agriculture, and ecosystem conservation. Ethically sourced poultry production systems that promote biodiversity, soil health, and carbon sequestration resonate with environmentally conscious consumers who want to reduce their carbon footprint and support sustainable food systems. Ethical considerations, including concerns about animal cruelty, factory farming practices, and the industrialization of food production, are driving consumer demand for ethically sourced poultry products. Consumers are increasingly choosing to support farms and producers that prioritize animal welfare, humane treatment, and ethical farming practices, even if it means paying a higher price for their poultry products. Certifications and labels. Certifications and labels, such as Certified Humane, Animal Welfare Approved, and Organic, play a crucial role in informing consumers about the ethical standards and production practices of poultry products. Consumers are more likely to purchase products with recognized certifications and labels that signify higher welfare standards, transparency, and accountability in poultry farming. Support for local farms. There is a growing trend of consumers seeking out locally produced poultry products from small-scale, family-owned farms that prioritize ethical and sustainable farming practices. Supporting local farms not only fosters community connections and economic resilience but also allows consumers to directly engage with farmers, learn about their farming practices, and make informed purchasing decisions based on shared values and ethical considerations. Social media and influencers. Social media platforms and influencers play a significant role in shaping consumer perceptions and driving demand for ethically sourced poultry products. Consumers are increasingly influenced by social media content, reviews, and recommendations from influencers who advocate for ethical farming practices, sustainability, and animal welfare. Poultry producers that effectively leverage social media marketing and influencer partnerships can reach and engage with a broader audience of ethically minded consumers. Corporate responsibility. Increased corporate responsibility and commitments to ethical sourcing and sustainability from food retailers, restaurants, and food service providers are also driving consumer demand for ethically sourced poultry products. As more companies prioritize animal welfare, environmental sustainability, and ethical supply chain practices, consumers have greater access to ethically sourced poultry options across a range of retail and food service channels. Consumer demand for ethically sourced poultry products is driven by factors such as increased awareness, transparency, health considerations, animal welfare concerns, environmental sustainability, ethical considerations, certifications and labels, support for local farms, social media influence, and corporate responsibility. Poultry producers that prioritize ethical farming practices, transparency, and sustainability are well-positioned to capitalize on this growing demand and meet the evolving preferences of ethically minded consumers. Pasture-raised poultry offers consumers a transparent and traceable alternative to conventional factory-farmed meats, providing peace of mind and assurance of product integrity. By supporting local farmers and purchasing ethically sourced products, consumers contribute to the resilience of rural communities and the preservation of traditional farming practices. Environmental impact of pasture-based poultry farming. Compared to conventional confinement operations, pasture-based poultry farming has a significantly lower environmental footprint, with benefits ranging from reduced greenhouse gas emissions to improved soil health and biodiversity. By allowing birds to graze on diverse pasture species, farmers sequester carbon, enhance soil fertility, and mitigate erosion. Moreover, rotational grazing practices promote regenerative agriculture, restoring degraded landscapes and enhancing ecosystem resilience. By mimicking natural grazing patterns, farmers can improve pasture productivity, increase water infiltration, and reduce nutrient runoff into waterways. Regulatory frameworks governing poultry farming practices. While pasture-based poultry farming offers numerous environmental and animal welfare benefits, farmers must adhere to regulatory frameworks and industry standards to ensure compliance with food safety, animal health, and environmental regulations. Federal, state, and local agencies oversee various aspects of poultry production, from on-farm practices to processing and distribution. Animal welfare regulations. Many countries have established animal welfare regulations that govern the treatment and care of poultry raised for food production. These regulations set standards for housing conditions, space requirements, access to food and water, veterinary care, and humane handling. Practices to ensure the welfare and well-being of poultry throughout their lives. Food safety standards. Poultry farming operations are subject to food safety regulations and standards aimed at ensuring the production of safe and wholesome poultry products for human consumption. These regulations address issues such as sanitation, hygiene, disease control, and the prevention of foodborne illnesses through measures such as biosecurity protocols, pathogen monitoring, and quality assurance programs. Environmental regulations. Poultry farming practices are also regulated to minimize their environmental impact and mitigate potential risks to air, water, and soil quality. Environmental regulations may address issues such as waste management, nutrient runoff, pollution control, and the conservation of natural resources to protect ecosystems and public health. Zoning and land use regulations. Zoning and land use regulations govern the location and operation of poultry farms to prevent conflicts with neighboring land uses, protect sensitive environmental areas, and maintain community health and safety. These regulations may include restrictions on the siting of poultry facilities, setbacks from residential areas, and requirements for environmental impact assessments. Biosecurity measures. Biosecurity regulations aim to prevent the introduction and spread of infectious diseases among poultry populations by implementing strict biosecurity measures on farms. These measures may include restrictions on farm access, visitor protocols, sanitation procedures, disease monitoring, and vaccination programs to safeguard poultry health and prevent disease outbreaks. Antibiotic use regulations. In response to concerns about antimicrobial resistance and the overuse of antibiotics in livestock production, many countries have implemented regulations to regulate the use of antibiotics in poultry farming. These regulations may restrict the use of certain antibiotics, require veterinary oversight, and promote alternative disease prevention and treatment strategies to reduce the risk of antibiotic resistance. Labeling and certification requirements. Poultry products are often subject to labeling and certification requirements to provide consumers with information about the production methods, quality standards, and attributes of the products they purchase. Labeling regulations may govern terms such as organic, free-range, pasture-raised, and cage-free, while certification programs certify farms and products that meet specific standards for animal welfare, sustainability, and quality. Worker health and safety regulations. Poultry farming operations are subject to regulations aimed at protecting the health and safety of workers employed in the industry. These regulations may address issues such as workplace hazards, ergonomic risks, chemical exposure, and training requirements to ensure a safe and healthy working environment for farm workers. Trade and import regulations. International trade in poultry products is regulated by trade agreements, export regulations, and sanitary and phytosanitary measures designed to facilitate the safe and efficient movement of poultry products across borders while protecting public health and preventing the spread of diseases. Government oversight and enforcement. Regulatory frameworks governing poultry farming practices are enforced by government agencies responsible for agriculture, food safety, environmental protection, animal health, and labor. These agencies conduct inspections, audits, and enforcement actions to ensure compliance with regulations, investigate complaints and violations, and protect the interests of consumers, farmers, and the public. By establishing comprehensive regulatory frameworks, governments aim to promote the responsible and sustainable production of poultry products while safeguarding animal welfare, public health, environmental quality, and the interests of stakeholders across the poultry supply chain. These regulations aim to safeguard public health, protect natural resources, and uphold ethical standards in animal husbandry. However, compliance can be challenging for small-scale farmers due to limited resources, bureaucratic hurdles, and conflicting mandates. Case studies of successful pasture-based poultry farms. To illustrate the real-world impact of pasture-based poultry farming, we'll explore several case studies of successful farms that have embraced sustainable practices, fostered community engagement, and achieved economic viability. From family-owned operations to cooperative enterprises, these farms demonstrate the diverse models and approaches to pasture-based poultry production. By sharing their stories and lessons learned, these farmers inspire others to embark on their own journey towards a more sustainable and ethical food system. From innovative grazing systems to value-added product diversification, these farms exemplify the potential of regenerative agriculture to transform communities and landscapes. Future trends in American poultry farming. Looking ahead, the future of American poultry farming is poised for continued innovation, adaptation, and growth. Emerging trends such as vertical integration, value-added processing, and agroecological restoration are reshaping the industry landscape, presenting both opportunities and challenges for farmers. Vertical integration, whereby poultry producers control all aspects of the supply chain from hatchery to market, offers economies of scale, efficiency gains, and market stability. However, concerns about consolidation, market concentration, and farmer autonomy have prompted calls for greater transparency and accountability within the industry. Value-added processing, such as on-farm slaughter and direct-to-consumer sales, enables farmers to capture a larger share of the value chain while providing consumers with fresher, higher-quality products. By diversifying revenue streams and reducing reliance on intermediaries, farmers can strengthen their resilience and competitiveness in the marketplace. Agroecological restoration, including regenerative grazing, riparian buffer zones, and wildlife habitat enhancement, promotes biodiversity, soil health, and ecosystem services on poultry farms. By integrating ecological principles into farm management practices, farmers can enhance resilience to climate change, mitigate environmental impacts, and support biodiversity conservation. Global implications of pasture-raised poultry production. Beyond the borders of the United States, pasture-raised poultry production has significant implications for global food security, environmental sustainability, and rural development. As populations grow and urbanization accelerates, demand for protein-rich foods is expected to rise, placing pressure on conventional intensive livestock systems. Pasture-based poultry farming offers a scalable and environmentally sustainable alternative to industrialized meat production, providing smallholder farmers in developing countries with opportunities to improve livelihoods, restore degraded lands, and contribute to food sovereignty. By sharing knowledge, best practices, and technological innovations, American farmers can support international efforts to promote sustainable agriculture, alleviate poverty, and enhance resilience to climate change. Through collaborative initiatives, research partnerships, and capacity-building programs, farmers can foster a more equitable and sustainable food system for future generations. Community engagement and education initiatives. At the heart of pasture-based poultry farming is a commitment to community engagement, education, and empowerment. Farmers play a vital role as stewards of the land, educators of consumers, and advocates for sustainable agriculture. Through on-farm tours, workshops, and outreach events, farmers can share their knowledge and experiences with the broader community, inspiring individuals to make informed food choices and support local, regenerative agriculture. Moreover, educational programs in schools, universities, and extension services can equip future generations with the skills, knowledge, and values needed to build a more resilient and sustainable food system. By fostering a deeper understanding of the connections between food, health, and the environment, these initiatives empower individuals to become agents of change in their communities. Addressing misconceptions about pasture-raised poultry. Despite the numerous benefits of pasture-raised poultry farming, misconceptions and misinformation persist among consumers, policymakers, and the public. Common myths surrounding animal welfare, food safety, and environmental impact can undermine trust in pasture-based systems and impede their widespread adoption. Through transparent communication, evidence-based research, and collaborative advocacy efforts, farmers can dispel these myths and educate stakeholders about the true benefits of pasture-raised poultry. By sharing their stories, showcasing best practices, and engaging in constructive dialogue, farmers can build trust, credibility, and support for sustainable agriculture. The landscape of American poultry farming is undergoing a transformation driven by innovation, sustainability, and consumer demand for ethically sourced products. Pasture-based poultry farming represents a holistic approach to animal husbandry that prioritizes animal welfare, environmental stewardship, and community resilience. Through the adoption of regenerative practices, technological advancements, and value-added processing, farmers are reimagining the future of poultry production in the United States. By nurturing relationships with consumers, embracing transparency, and fostering collaboration within the agricultural community, farmers can build a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable food system for generations to come. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century, pasture-based poultry farming offers a blueprint for a more harmonious relationship between agriculture and the environment. By honoring the interconnectedness of all living beings and stewarding the land with care and reverence, farmers can cultivate abundance, nourish communities, and preserve the vitality of our planet. As we delve deeper into the realm of pasture-based poultry farming, it becomes evident that the possibilities for innovation and advancement are endless. From optimizing grazing rotations to integrating agroforestry systems, farmers are continually experimenting with new techniques to enhance productivity, biodiversity, and resilience on their farms. One area ripe for exploration is the integration of poultry with other livestock species, such as cattle, sheep, and pigs, in a synergistic and regenerative manner. By leveraging the complementary grazing behaviors and nutrient cycling abilities of different species, farmers can maximize pasture utilization, minimize inputs, and enhance soil fertility. Moreover, the incorporation of holistic management principles, such as planned grazing, mob grazing, and rotational cropping, holds promise for restoring degraded lands, sequestering carbon, and mitigating climate change. By mimicking natural ecosystem processes and harnessing the power of biodiversity, farmers can regenerate landscapes, revitalize rural communities, and create a more sustainable future for all. Another avenue for exploration is the development of novel feed sources and supplementation strategies that reduce reliance on imported grains and promote local food systems. By harnessing the nutritional value of native grasses, legumes, and insects, farmers can minimize environmental impact, enhance animal health, and improve the quality of pasture-raised poultry products. Furthermore, advances in genetics, breeding, and selection techniques offer opportunities to enhance the resilience, adaptability, and disease resistance of poultry breeds suited to pasture-based systems. By preserving heritage breeds and selecting for traits such as foraging ability, maternal instincts, and robustness, farmers can cultivate a diverse genetic pool that thrives in diverse environments. As we embark on this journey of exploration and discovery, it's essential to recognize the critical role of research, education, and collaboration in driving innovation and progress in pasture-based poultry farming. By fostering interdisciplinary partnerships, sharing knowledge, and supporting farmer-led initiatives, we can unlock the full potential of regenerative agriculture to nourish people, planet, and prosperity. Join us as we continue to uncover the untold stories, unearth hidden potentials, and embark on new frontiers in the world of pasture-based poultry farming. Together, we can co-create a future where agriculture thrives in harmony with nature, and every farm is a beacon of hope, resilience, and regeneration.